American Indian, man, we're about peace, man. But the only reason we're all jacked up is because we're brought over here and we're taught these ways, man. Crack cocaine was put out here by the so-called white man, man. AIDS was engineered by the so-called white man for us to kill ourselves, man. I was watching the movie The Glory, and they were showing, they were trying to teach Jake on how to be, you know, soldiers and march and all this stuff, right? But then when they started getting it, they finally sent out that regiment out into the field, so that, you know, and they came across a certain town. Well, their captain, all right, their general, that them Jakes, you know, Denzel Washington was in that movie, Morgan Freeman, but they were given an assignment to go and to destroy the houses that people lived in. So they were taught that stuff, man. They were taught how to steal and to rob and things of that nature when they were brought over here to America to serve slavery, man. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was over there in Jerusalem. You know, don't get me wrong. It was, but you can't be pointing the finger, man. That's why the Lord said in Revelations chapter 2 or Revelations 12 and 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation, strength, and the kingdom of our God, and power of his Yahushua Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused before our God day and night. Right? You can't be pointing the finger and accusing us that, man, because you're the one that was set in high authority to set that example, to set an example, man. Okay. All right. That's why the Most High has a problem with you, man. Okay. Yeah, but that's the importance, man. That's the importance of taking in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Instruction, receiving it, and applying it, man. You know, living it. That way you can remove these things, man. You know, you can see through the darkness, man. That's what King David said, man. You know, that the word of the Lord is a lamp unto us. You know. This is Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Right, it's talking about here in the land of America, man, our captivity. Now, back then, it was talking about when King David was going through all that stuff over there in Israel, man. With King Saul and things of that nature, he was needing to put his trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And that rod is the word, man. All right, that staff, that rod is the word. This is go ahead and bring it up. Salaki, give me 1 second. This is the book of Micah. The book of Micah. Micah chapter 6, verse 9. The Lord's voice crieth unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear ye the rod, and who hath appointed it? Con. You know, so that rod is the word, man. So King David said, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. What's our comfort, man? It's the word. You know? Give me 1 second, bring out the scripture. Working with 2 hands, man. Kind of hard. Yeah, calm, man. You know. So this is our refuge, man. Our tower, man. That we go and seek shelter, comfort, power. You know, refreshment, to be refreshed. You know, and it reminds me. It reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, when you know, like Vegeta or Goku or Gohan. When they start getting weak, what do? Man, they go into the hyperbolic time chamber. and they rejuvenate themselves. They increase in strength and power. You know, that's what it reminds me of when we run into the tower in the name of the Lord, which is this word. All right. Which is this word, man, and it's not good. Can't find it in there. Let me go ahead and just bring this one out right here. Yeah, but you know, that's what it is for us, man. This word is our like I said, to rejuvenate, to energize us back to a whole state, being healthy. And the word is what it makes us healthy, man. I'm talking about spiritually. Okay, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 18. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. So this is the comforter, man. That's what King David was trying to convey in Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You see? The word is very important, and the word is very vital to our salvation, man. You can't just get this word and then you know that you're an Israelite and then that's all you have to do. Oh man, you gotta exercise it on a day-to-day basis, man. You know, you gotta continue to do this thing on a day-to-day basis. But the reason I'm saying that is because there's guys out there that do that, man. But I mean, they ain't on the highways and the byways. You know, they're just you know, either being a scoffer or mocking, or they're just being keyboard warriors trying to act like they're down for the brothers on the highways and the byways. You know, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Right, so we are renewed on a day-to-day basis, man. Why? Because we're coming out here being refined. Right, we're being put through that fire. You know, which is to refine us. What is that? Being tried, being put through persecutions, experiences, and then we apply it with the scriptures to see whether or not it's true. Okay. But it says, 2 Corinthians 4:16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. You know? Because that's what's refining us, man. That's what's making us better when we come out to the highways and the byways and we're pushing this word, man. You know, to glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, to draw on the elect. Okay? It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's what we want. We want the kingdom, man. All right, that's what we look for, a city that is built by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, with righteousness. Not this kingdom, man. To be righteous out here is to be true righteous. You're looked at a certain way, man. You know, it's like I use that analogy back in school. You know, everything was backwards, man. The kid that was always doing his homework, getting good grades, and paying attention and absorbing the knowledge and the instructions that was being taught to him was looked at as a joke, man. That he was a nerd and he was a square and this, that, and the third. But really, it was the ones that were acting up, man, being rebellious and stuff. You know, that's how it is out here, man. Everything's backwards, man. But that's how we're looked at, man. We're looked at like that, man. The filth of the world, like I brought out in Corinthians. the Lord has sent out the apostles last as it was appointed to death. You know? But we have to comfort ourselves through this word, man. You know? Just a comforter, man. Testimonies of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the examples, all right? The stories of the patriarchs, man, you know what I'm saying? The prophets, you know, knowing what they went through, you know, the patience, waiting on the Lord, man. You know? Psalms 23:5, Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Right, and that's talking about having the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know, that you should have a full cup, man. You know, it shouldn't be on E or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's where it goes into that Matthew chapter 25 about the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were unwise and the other 5 were wise. But the 5 that were unwise, they didn't have oil in their vessels, man. But David knew that he always had to keep. With King David, what was he? A man after the Lord, a man that was after the Lord's own heart, man. It says Psalms 23:6, Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Come on. Bring out another scripture. Let's see. Khan right here. This is Slakia. Right, like I was saying, is that, you know, like these different movements that are out here, man. You know, now you got what was his name? Was it General Gehenna with ISUPK saying that they're gonna build a kingdom within this kingdom. That's like a spirit of the Black Panthers movement, man, or the Black Lives Matter movement. Is that they're trying to establish something here where it was never meant to be that way. No matter if it's about proving a point. Your point is unprofitable out here, man. Until Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai returns, that's the point that matters, man. The point that matters is sealing up the elect and pushing these prophecies, man. Pushing out the word, the name, which is Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. That's the name of the Father. Father is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. That's what's important, man. That's what the Most High is trying to convey and to prove to you people that He exists, all right? That He's coming back with wrath, man. The Lord of Sabaoth, man, the Lord of armies. Okay? This is Psalms 27:11. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of my enemies, right? Because out here, man, there's a lot of things that can be detrimental to us. And we've experienced it, you know, being in the world before coming into the truth. And we still experience it being in the truth. We just know to avoid those certain situations. And if you fall through it, hey, man, you repent, get back up, and get yourself in order, man, and learn from that. Learn from that. But King David, basically, that's what he's saying, man. It says, verse 12, Deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted unless I had been believed to see goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say on the Lord. Right, and that's what we're saying. I'm saying to you, brothers, man, is that we gotta wait. You know, not waiting inside a house, and you gotta do the work, man. That's part of what. That's how you show the Lord you're waiting. Is that you're going out and doing the work. You're spiritually fighting. You know, you're putting on the armor. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the word, and you're going out and teaching. That's how you wait on the Lord, man. You're not trying to move in your own spirit, man. Like everybody else is, man. They're not waiting on the Lord. You know? If anything, they're trying to prolong the Lord, man. They're trying to keep the Lord from coming back. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22. Son of man, what is the proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Right. For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. And it shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord. Right, so the Lord is telling you, is saying that he's going to perform the prophecies, man, that have been so long without fruit, which I brought out last week. I'm bring it out again, man, because it's a real good scripture, man. All right. See where it's at. See right here. Been so long without fruit. Right here. It's the second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 28. It says, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what's being done before y'all's faces, man. Is the truth is being declared, whether you want to hear it or not, man. Okay? It says, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. Okay? It's going to be declared, man. And that's what's happening right now, 2016, here in San Angelo, Texas, before y'all's people's faces, man. All right? Read it again. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Right, and it's going to be declared, man. Okay? Again, going back over here to Psalms chapter 27. Psalms chapter 27, verse 14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, man, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Right, so that's our job, man, is to wait on the Lord, because the Lord is doing marvelous works right now. Okay? But in the meantime, these people over here saying, oh, the Lord delayeth his coming. Okay? That he ain't never going to come back. As it were in the days of old, the fathers fell asleep. No, man, ain't no more. None of that's going to be happening, man. Okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 15. It says, behold, they that say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. Right, so that's what they'll be saying, man. They're trying to mock, scoff, saying, where is the word of the Lord? They say he's gonna perform it. Let it come now. Y'all people ain't ready for the return of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But hey, man, some of y'all gonna be stranded. Some of y'all gonna be lacking. But that's why we're out here for the elect, because once the elect is sealed up, the Lord ain't worrying about the rest of you, man. The rest of you are just filled to the fire, man. All right. Y'all are just unprofitable servants, vessels that are meet for destruction, man. All right. Jeremiah 17 and 16. As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. Be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed. Right? So y'all gonna be afraid, man. Y'all are gonna be the ones in those straits that are gonna be in difficult situations, and because you failed to take heed to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. It says, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them that day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. That's plain, man. Why? Because you mocked and scoffed at the Heavenly Father's word, man, saying that he ain't gonna come. The Lord is gonna prolong his days. We shall not see the evil days. Was that in Amos? Bring it out. Amos chapter 9, verse 10. That says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. See? Because you see all this stuff going on in the world right now, that it ain't gonna touch you. It ain't gonna prevent you from continuing your long-term goals and your desires, your heart. your heart's desires. But the Lord is telling you, hey man, it's gonna hit a home near you, man, a town, city near you, man. And that's what we're trying to convey, you know. But ultimately, that message is only going to the elect, man. That's the only ones we're fishing for, man. Brothers and sisters out there, the children that are gonna bite this bait and take it, man, and believe and have faith in it, and be moved in the spirit, and not being like all these retards, man. All these people that just reject and that are counted as fools, man. Okay, going back to Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 26. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of a times that are far off. Right, that's what they be saying, man. That's not gonna happen until another 20 to 30 years, 10, 15 years. You know, but those are demons, man, that got you people thinking like that, man. That the Lord ain't coming back, man. That's why over here in Salaki, 1 second. In the book of Romans. Alright, the book of Romans. Let's see. The book of Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. You know? But that's only gonna ring a bell in a person's. It's only gonna ring the bell in the mind of the elect. Everybody else is not gonna ring. You know, it's not gonna buzz. It's not gonna wake them up. These scriptures are only for those that believe, man. The believers, man. It says Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. And the armor of light is His word. Okay. Going back to Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. Right, and that's what's coming, man. That's what's being manifest. That's what's manifesting before y'all's people's very eyes, man. The race riots that are occurring right now, the tension between nation against nation. All right, those are all the indicators to the return of the Lord, man. The different natural disasters that are occurring in the earth that they can't explain. All right, you got these different animals that are dying out, man. You got 323 reindeer that were found dead. I forgot what town or city it was, but they were blaming it on a lightning strike, man. All these strange calamities are coming from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. The violence is increasing, man. You know, the wickedness is increasing. And that was all spoken, man. I'll go ahead and bring that out. But these people, they don't see that. They see that at all. That's just part of human nature. That's just part of being human. No, man, that's part of being wicked, man. That's part of living in a wicked, defiled kingdom. And that should tell you, man, because everybody cries about they want love and peace, but then they say that, oh, that's just part of nature, man. Humans that kill each other, and there's murderers, thieves, adulterers, you know, pedophiles, and fucking human trafficking. That's all the norm, man. Oh, man, that's not normal, man. That's wicked. That's evil, man. And that's why we need the kingdom, man. Because in the kingdom, it ain't gonna be like that, right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Right, so it's speaking about in the last days perilous times shall come, which is going to give somebody he that had ears to hear, let him hear. All right, he that see it, let him see. You know, so it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, thankful, and holy. Right, talking about, you know, just being basically just you know, out there in the streets, just worrying about thinking about yourself, you ain't worrying about nothing else, but trying to, get as many females as you can, trying to get the highest paying job, or not, even if you're not trying to work, you're trying to slang drugs, all right, trying to be a hustler, you're trying to just hustle people, you're just being just completely out of order, man. And that's everywhere. There's women that are like that, guys that are like that, It says, and these are just indicators on how to identify those in the last days. It says, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Right, and they're despisers of us that do good, man. Like I was saying, man, you can't, because you ain't touching, you ain't cussing, you ain't doing all this stuff, showing that your true horn, but you just walking by and not trying to take heed and listen to what's really the message is trying to speak. You're despising it, man. Okay, you don't even know it. You don't know the difference. Because once a man of the Lord was sent out, you're supposed to go out there and receive instruction. This Bible is about that, man. When the Bible was open, everybody stood up and listened to the words of the Heavenly Father, or the words of the Spirit, man, speaking. It says, 2 Timothy 3 and 4, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Right, so they're lovers of pleasures more than the Most High. What is the Most High? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. He's a God of knowledge. Right? He's a God of knowledge, man. Right? So that they love pleasures more than the Most High. They love this world more. Right? They love the things that are offered from the world more than the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? It says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, for such turn away. Right? So that goes into, guys that were in the truth and they fell out, but also, it's to these people out here on how to identify, man. On how to identify, or to see those indicators that we're living in the last days. There's no love out here. The love of many shall wax cold, man. And that's what's going on. The love of many is wax cold. They don't even know it, man. Everybody's wore out. Don't care what they have to say, they're wore out, man. But what's pushing them and keeping them going is just, their own pride, their own selfishness, right? Their goals, their own, just them being carnal, their jobs, their money. If they're in a high place in a job, that's their fuel, man. Money, they're just getting this and getting that. That's what got these people still trying to push to that direction. All right. It says 2 Timothy 3 and 6, verse 7. I started 2 Timothy 3 and 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the Lord, of the truth. Right. So everybody has a brain, and the brain is able to store up information, a great amount of information, but then they're not able to retain this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right? The only thing that they're able to retain is foolishness, wickedness. Like what I read in Jeremiah chapter 4 and 22, for they know not good, but basically they just work evil, But it says ever learning, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So that's one way of an indicator on how to identify that we're living in the last days, man, because everybody knows about Caesar or the white image Jesus. Everybody knows that everybody can be saved according to that gospel. But the end ain't come yet. But the truth is out here now, man. The real truth. The new song, man. But nobody's gravitating to it. Only the elect are going to gravitate. So this is basically what these people, a lot of the majority of the people on the earth, man, the multitudes of the earth, this is what they desire in their mind, man. It's Romans chapter 1. I'll start at verse 21 and I'm going to jump down scriptures. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 21. Because that, when they knew the Most High, they glorify him not as the Most High. Neither were thankful. As I read in 2 Timothy 3, it says unthankful. Okay? What are they unthankful towards? Being given the opportunity to be on the earth. Because when you're on the earth, you're supposed to be relaying information, man. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Teaching, man. And I believe in the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about that. You're supposed to rise up early, teaching your children's children the law, statutes, and commandments. But it says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Meaning they became sottish children, man. You know, it's like the scriptures say, "Woe unto you that call good evil and evil good." That's basically where it all started coming from, man. Is from their mind, man. Their mind was darkened, man. They were given over to a reprobate mind, man. Okay, but it's gonna go into what their minds full of, because like it says, 2 Timothy 3, that they're ever learning but never able to come to the truth, the knowledge of the Most High. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Exactly, man. You know, so like the Lord said that He's gonna save those through the foolishness of preaching, right? The word preaching goes back to the word, like I said, the word prophet, to say before, to prophesy, to speak of things that to come, man. To instruct one, to guide one into all righteousness. All right. It says, Romans chapter 1, verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So that's why a lot of people can't accept the truth, man. It's because their mind is so polluted. All they've been feeding themselves was wickedness. All they've been feeding the mind was fulfilling the lust of the flesh. Watching doctrines like on YouTube that have nothing to do with the scriptures, man. You got people bugged out. People believe that there's mermaids. There's people that believe in the Anunnaki and the some planet's gonna come, Planet X is gonna come. That's some ridiculous stuff, man. Now you got some of our people that think that they're Muslims. They believe in the gods of India. You know what I'm saying? They bow down to all types of gods, man. Like the so-called Mexicans, man. They pray to an angel, to a saint called Santa Muerte, man. Santa Muerte is a saint of death. They pray to that and they ask a certain for certain protection from that angel, man, from that deity. And a lot of them, when they get into that Santa Muerte, is because Santa Guadalupe, Santa Maria, they don't see themselves worthy as receiving protection from the so-called good saints. So they draw to the left-hand side, messing with Santa Muerte, which is the saint of death. All right, talking about those that want to continue living in the world, man. The Mexicans, man, they got a lot of different type of philosophies, man. A lot of different superstitions and things of that nature, man. But that's why, man, because they're feeding themselves garbage, man. They're being drawn to some things that are not important to them, man. But like I said in Romans chapter 1, verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Right, and it goes into different things that they're putting themselves in, man. They fill themselves up with the desires of their heart's flesh, of all their heart's desire, man.